The Outdoor Show. It's the program that puts you into the peaceful and beautiful home of Mother Nature. It moves you back to that calm fishing pond up north, one step away from Lake Michigan, or into your hunting blind on a brisk fall morning. The Outdoor Show. It's a peaceful program. This is not your mother's outdoor show. This is the WHTC Outdoor Show, hosted by a guy who literally has hunting in his name. Tom Meddendorp is Dutch for Village in the Maiden, or King's Hunting Ground. Your co-host, sometimes, is Tim Becker of Powderhorn Guns and Archery. It's time for what really happens when the guys go up north on that hunting trip. It's time for the WHTC Outdoor Show, presented by My Firearms ETS. That's MI Firearms ETS on 1450 WHTC, Holland's news leader.
Good morning. Welcome to the Outdoor Show. Did you check out the moon on your way in?
No, my wife told me to take a look at it, and I didn't see it.
It's a partial eclipse.
Yeah.
Of the Earth's shadow is on the moon. Now, typically, when you look at the moon and it's not a full moon, it's because of the angle of the sun shining on it, and we see that the dark side of the moon we can see if it's a real nice clear day and it's dry. And this morning, there's the shadow that's eating into the moon.
That's cool.
By the Earth. I don't know how long they'll be able to see it. The moon's supposed to set pretty quick here.
And just asking, is that something that's just last night, or is that for a few days?
I don't know for sure. I don't know if that's if the angle was there yesterday. Possibly it'll be there tomorrow. But I know the full moon. Last night I was up in the night, and I looked out the window, and it looked like a full moon to me. It looked like it was a full moon. Then I come out to come here. I'm like, that's not a full moon. What's going on? And then I remembered it's the blood moon. Yep. And then I remembered hearing on the weather that there was going to be something to do with a partial eclipse.
Yeah, so, my wife told me that this morning, and that's kind of nice where you live because you got the open fields around you, and you can see all that without a problem.
Yeah, you come out, and I got a long way to see because it's all lower than me out there. But
a long shooting distance.
It is, but we don't have a range there. Well, we've got Shannon here this morning. Shannon Chada is a member of the Tulip City Board, Tulip City Rod and Gun Club Board, right, Shannon?
I am, thank you.
And we've got to get you through this, done, and on the road so you can get over to South Kent.
I do. I have things to do this morning.
Got shooting to do. That makes it important.
That's exciting.
That makes it important.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention the moon, but I was listening to something very interesting as I was setting up here this morning. We've kind of made you into a celebrity, Tim.
Well as I should be.
He's going to ask for a pay raise.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm good with that. We'll go on percentages.
Percentage of nothing.
Yeah.
It works out.
Yeah.
It works out. I mean, really. It doesn't take much math either.
Yeah.
So, you had a couple instances this week in the store and another location?
It was really kind of neat. It's always fun to hear this and see this and have people come up to you and talk to you, but I had a gentleman walk into the store. Said, I've never been here before. I just wanted to come in and see the place. I said, well, hey, have a good time and take a look around. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know if you want to know about any of the animals on the wall, any of that good stuff.
The cool stuff.
Yeah, the cool stuff. And the guy reached his hand out to shake my hand, which is, a common greeting from where I'm from. But I shook his hand, and he says, I just wanted to meet the voice behind the radio. And I said, oh, hey, so you listen? He says, yep, I never miss a Saturday morning. And we just love listening to you. And I said, well, yeah. I said, I appreciate you coming in and, meeting me. And he says, oh, yeah. He says, I get a kick out of you. And I said, I apologize those days that Tom and I get off topic. And he says, no. He says, those are the days. And I said, oh. Then he went on about us, he said, how did I put that? Or how did he put that? Something about you and I being the best. Couple's not the word I want to talk about. The best relationship host on the radio that he listens to because of us being able to go at each other, but then at the same time have the same interest in everything. So that was neat. The very next day, I was in a in a local place, and I was talking to the owner, and a lady walked up to me and said, "I know that voice from anywhere." I turned around and she says, "Where is that from?" And husband in the back said, "He's from the outdoor show." I said, "Yeah, you know it." So I got to meet them, and it's just kind of neat to see people that enjoy listening to us or don't enjoy listening to us, just to come and say hi.
Well, when they don't enjoy listening to us, it makes me a little nervous sometimes.
Oh, yeah, it always does. We're not here to upset anybody or offend anybody. But
No, we're just here to have fun.
Yeah.
Give some news on the outdoors. Give some perspective on different things. Like today, we're going to talk about women in the shooting sports and so on.
Well, and that's you're right. That's something nice too. If anybody ever wants to hear about anything, stop into the store and tell me, and we'll get it on the air somehow or another.
Oh yeah, we'll get the research done. We'll find a guest that knows about it.
Yeah.
And get things rocking.
Because we know about a lot. All right, maybe not. But no, we'll always find somebody to cover that topic if that's something that you're interested in. Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of things happening with the concealed carry community, and there's been a lot of progress.
Okay.
To the rights and the freedoms of people with regard to firearms and so on. And I saw a post this week, and it said, "The latest status of pending national right to carry legislation." Well, when you look at the right to carry legislation that's going on all throughout, I'm not going to go through all the different bills and stuff, but we've got stuff that happened in Texas, we've got stuff in Indiana, we've got stuff in North Carolina, things in Florida, and I do believe we're going to see a few things coming up here in Michigan as well. And I just think it's exciting to me. It's exciting to know that our legislature is looking out for everyone. All too often the thing that happens is there's the squeaky wheel, a certain group, and they get greased, right? They get everything happening for them because they're making the most noise. And I don't know that the gun owners are making the most noise. They're just getting recognition and respected into the fact that the gun community is not a bad community.
No, not at all.
I mean, we enjoy the shooting sports. We enjoy the hunting activities that we can do with our firearms. We enjoy the fact of freedom. We enjoy the fact that we can carry and not be ostracized for carrying and doing so. So I don't know. People should take a look. Hit up MI Firearms ETS on Facebook and look at the postings that I put on there that come out from different organizations and so on. Go to different websites or different Facebook pages. There's a lot of them right in our area that take care of putting out news on the Facebook, because everybody goes to Facebook, the social media thing, and all too often I see a lot of things that happen where people get overexcited.
Yep.
I think one of those things where the people got overexcited and put too many things out that were incorrect was the green-tipped ammo, the 5.56 green tip. And it was the legislatures and so on, and the Congress, up on Capitol Hill there, U.S. Congress, they were taking care of things. They were doing stuff they were supposed to, but social media just blew up with people throwing out information that was incorrect. Incorrect information just causes panic and hysteria and everything else. And I'm saying all this because I'm frustrated. I'm very frustrated that I can't go and pick up .22 ammo somewhere.
Seriously, you would think that'd be out by now.
Well, it's just nuts. But every time it comes out, you got guys that are sitting at the door, getting a ticket for who's first in line. They go in, they buy the ammo, they turn around, they put it on the web, they double the price. People pay it because they're panicking because there's nothing on the shelf. And I'm all for free enterprise. I'm just frustrated that I can't go there in the morning and do that because I got to go to work.
Yeah. Well,
but I wouldn't look to resell it either. I'm just looking for it so I can shoot. I can practice, and do different things. It's just frustrating when that happens, you know. Do you have a stock of .22, Shannon?
I will keep that to myself.
I got a phone call from a good friend of mine's father over on the east side yesterday, and he had purchased a 9mm from me, and he will be contacting you sometime because he wants to get into a class to familiarize himself with his firearm.
Yep.
And he had always shot it with me and never actually had to purchase his own ammunition. I had always sold it to him for a 9mm. Here, this is what it is. Let's go shoot. So he called me up yesterday, and he was at a field and stream on the east side of the state. And he said to me, he says, I just want to make sure because somebody told me that there's different types of 9mm. I said, yep, okay. And so we were sitting there talking. I said, yeah, that's the right stuff. And he said, is 22 shells hard to find? I said, yeah, it's real hard. He said, okay, because they've got about 200 bricks of them here.
What?
I said, I'm on my way.
Why do they get them?
Yeah, Field and Stream had a whole bunch of them yesterday, wow. And he said, no, nobody's lined up. They're just sitting there. And he said, I guess they're getting it in pretty regularly.
Wow.
So that's good to know.
So some get it and some don't.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what,
That's
if you are looking for 22 shells right now to purchase and not at a 200% markup, Aaron at Lakeshore has them, and he always has. Yep. So if you need them there, go down to Lakeshore Outfitters and
now he won't have them.
Hey,
because everybody's gonna go get them.
Just like you said, we want them for our own use.
Right.
Go get them.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
Yep.
But we got turkey hunting coming up. I hope people are getting out there and they're getting sighted in. During the next segment, after we take a break, we're going to talk a little bit about sighting in that shotgun. Just to make sure people that are getting ready, people that are being responsible, that they know what to do. And then we're going to talk more on women in the shooting sports, and we're going to talk about the activity that Shannon's going to be participating in today out at South Kent Sportsman's Club. And it's just a great time right now. I think spring is my favorite. It's just absolutely my favorite because the snow is off the range. I can go wearing my lightweight boots instead of my my heavy insulated boots in order to get on the range and do some practicing. But everything's happening now. Everything's starting to pick up and start to progress with people getting out on the ranges. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day today. I know people have things they want to do around the yard, but do those in the dark. Get out on the range today. What do you think, Tim?
I'm all for it.
Well, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be all for it, but I can't get... Oh, there we go. Now I got it.
You okay? You want a minute?
Well, I got to have it in front of me, more or less, so I can read it. Mm-hmm. Or I could just, pretend that I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Because with this weather getting nice, what's going to happen next? The ground's going to dry out. The brown grass is going to turn green, and it's going to start growing. Well, last year you might have had a little trouble with that lawnmower, that old lawnmower. You might have had a little trouble, or maybe you're getting older and you don't want to push it anymore, and you want to get a rider or something like that. Well, Westenbrook Mower has what you need, and they service what they sell. Maybe you've got one that you want to get maintained. You want to get it tuned up. Get into Westenbrook and get that taken care of right away. Because all units are ready to use when they leave the store, and Westenbrook submits your warranty information so you don't have to. Stop into the Holland or the Genesis store, check them out on your computer at westenbrookmower.com, or call them at 616-396-5733. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on The Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by Lakeshore Tackle and Firearms, your full-service gun dealer, stocking new and used firearms, Glock, 6-Hour, Ruger, and more. Lakeshore Tackle and Firearms are buyers of all kinds of firearms and located at 6398 Blue Star Highway, just 6 short miles south of Holland at exit 41. Find them on your computer at lakeshoretackleandfirearms.com. We're back, ready to talk with you, I think. Give us a call, 395-1450. One more time, Lakeshore Tackle and Firearms. If you're looking for that 22 ammo, Aaron's got it down there at Lakeshore Tackle and Firearms. Head on down there. I believe we also have it over at Grass Gun.
Possibly, yeah.
But I'm not sure on the stock. So,
yeah.
Anyway, what happened, Tim?
I don't know.
Did you poke yourself in the eye with your earmuffs?
No, I went to put my earphones on, and my left hand slipped, and it punched me right in the face. I mean, it really hurt.
Well, is that because the cord is a little bit short?
I think so.
And it stopped because the cord went to full extension?
Yeah. And that thing popped me right in the eyeball.
Just as the microphones go on, I hear, ow.
Yeah. Gosh, that hurt. A little embarrassing.
Well, you kind of threw me off because I was trying to think of different things.
All you can see is,
we talked about turkey hunting's coming up. The shooting sports are going nuts. We talked about that last segment that's going to happen. So we want to talk about some of those things that are going on and sighting in your gun. But we also have to talk about April 18th.
Yes.
That is going to be at the
DNR boat launch. Right next to Anchorage Marina. It'll be by the fish cleaning station, so on the overflow side of the road, which would be the west side of Ottawa Beach.
Yeah, I think the angle there.
Yeah, it's kind of a north there, isn't it?
Well,
anyways, it's straight
most
across
people figure
the road.
they're headed west when they're going down the road, so let's just say it's on the north.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I don't think anybody's going to get the compass
but
on
on April 18, 9 o'clock in the morning till 1 in the afternoon, in the overflow, which is right across from the DNR boat launch, in between Yacht Basin and Anchorage, Coast Guard Station Holland Auxiliary is going to be teaming up with the Ottawa County Marine Sheriffs, and they're doing free boat inspections on April 18, which is free. No law enforcement actions will be taken, so come on down there and make sure that you get your boat checked out, because if something's missing, they'll just say, hey, this is missing. You can run down to Powderhorn, pick up whatever's missing, and away you go. And you'll be all set. You go back, get checked in, and upon completion of making sure everything's the way it needs to be, then they give you a sticker. And it's I can't stress enough how awesome this is for them to actually go out and do that, to make sure that everybody's safe on the water.
Well, and when they're there, they can say hi to Chief Paquette, or
Yep.
they can say hi to Sergeant Cuning, and tell them that they've heard them on the radio.
Yep. Yeah.
And
they're going to be on with us in May sometime, I believe.
Yeah, for for Safe Boating Week.
Safe Boating Week. Yep.
They're going to be here for Safe Boating Week. We're going to
That's
talk
always
about
a good
different
time.
things. And getting out on the water, I got to remind everybody, it's early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting out on the water. That water's cold.
Yep.
Be careful. Make sure you're prepared to go out on the water. Don't just go out on the water and figure, it's summertime.
Yep.
I can swim to shore.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
And something else to remember real quick, just to put it out there, is the fish are starting to show up in Lake Michigan, and a lot of people are very excited to get out on Lake Michigan. That pack ice can move in a minute, and you don't want to be on the outside when it comes in. Yeah. Chief Paquette and myself went and checked out the state park yesterday, and there's no way you could have gotten a boat in or out. It just came in so thick. So still be careful, especially over the next couple weeks. Just keep a head on you if you do go out there to go fish some of the browns or steelhead or cohos, that you watch what's going on. And if you see that pack ice starting to come in, it does not take but a few minutes to come in and swamp you out there.
Right. So let's do just a quick little thing on sighting in a shotgun.
Yeah.
For turkey. Now, when I've done that in the past, and we call it patterning,
Yep.
because we want to know the pattern of the shot.
Yep.
I have this old roll from making the newspaper, that nice lightweight stuff, and I've taken and stretched that from top to bottom on the target stands where you put your target. Then I put the turkey head on that paper, so that gives me this nice, large, wide range. I can see about flyers or stray pellets and so on, how the shotgun is patterning, because I have that big open area.
Yep.
And with that roll, I'm able to just slide that right down. Now, you could take a big sheet of cardboard, you could take different things, but it's nice to have something as a background, a backdrop, versus you have, what is that target, a 12 by 12 turkey head target, and you go to pattern that, and you got shot that's flying off to the side and out around there, and you're not sure where it's at unless you have a backdrop to see that.
Yep.
And in regard to that, I do that because we use different ammos. We try different ammo, different brands, and different shot sizes in order to figure out what works best out of the shotgun that we're going to use.
Yep.
And is there anything else you can give people, Tim, on that?
Well, this is what I do, and it's really benefited me, and I do exactly what you were saying, and then exactly what you were saying that you don't. I take you go to like Staples, and you can buy a sheet of white paper that's, what would that be, maybe 3 foot wide, and it's maybe 25-foot rolls, and I roll it down over a backboard. And then I take which I have at the shop, a actual turkey head target, and I'll set it up at whatever distance I want to do. And they usually come with like a package of 10, so I like to get about 4 different types. And say you go to 30 yards.
Okay.
I fire one brand of ammunition there. Now you can see your whole shot spread, and you can also see what you were talking about earlier, the strings. A lot of times you'll notice that you'll shoot a Remington 3-inch, 5-shot, and there'll only be 2 pellets in the head.
You shoot those powerful ones.
The 3-inch?
3-inch ones.
Yeah, I'm not going to the 3.5 though. Those ones hurt.
Yes, they do. I shot one of those.
Yeah,
before.
but you look for the string, and a lot of times you'll notice that there'll be like 2 pellets in the head. Then there'll be 16 of them off to the left, and they'll all be grouped together. Then what I do is I shoot a Winchester, and then I shoot a Federal, and I find out whichever ones have the most pellets or BBs in the head and head neck, area, so I know region. For the best grouping. Then I go with that. Something else that I do is on the boxes, the majority of them will tell you how many BBs are in the actual shell that you're shooting. You can
based
count
on your shot size.
Yep. And you can count them and find out how many of them, what's the percentage of them going into the head or not. And it's amazing how certain shells just will not shoot out of your gun, but it could be with your buddy with the same gun next to you and it would shoot fine.
Well, let me correct that. They will shoot out of your gun.
Oh, yeah. They're going to go boom.
They won't pattern well.
Yeah.
And if they don't pattern well, then you're going to have a problem. Yeah. So when you do your patterning, are you looking for a pattern for your bead to be on the base of the neck?
No, I every time I turkey hunt, I put it onto the where the neck hits the head when I fire.
So at the base of the skull.
Yep, the base of the skull, and I like to see a shot pattern on the skull, just over it, and then all the way down to the chest, so it covers the whole neck and head.
Right. So
that's always been
your chances,
because you want a quick, humane.
Yeah, you want to dispatch them quickly. You don't want to have it where they get hit and then they jump up and run away, and you can't, because you're not going to catch them.
Yep. Oh, no. And then something else to remember, a lot of firearms, when you fire them out of shotguns or ammunition, when you fire them out of shotguns, they might shoot 5 inches left, 10 inches low.
Yes.
Then in that case, bring them to Bob, MOA Gunsmithing. Bob, I don't know if it's my eye or the gun, but you fix it.
You make it work.
Yep.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about women in the shooting sports.
Awesome.
And, there's a lot of women getting into the hunting sports as well these days. Farmers Co-op Elevator in Hudsonville is your food plot headquarters. What a great time to go see them, because this is the time to start looking at your food plots. With over 40 different seed varieties to choose from, providing in-house soil testing as well as fertilizers, lime, and equipment to plant, maintain, and get maximum performance out of your food plot. You rent that up, and you get the tractor to drive around on, Tim.
I like it.
Visit the Farmers Co-op at 3302 Prospect Street in Hudsonville for a complete list of products and services. Check them out online at fcelevator.com. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on The Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by Powderhorn Guns and Archery for all your arrow-knocking, gun-cocking, fish-hooking, flag-waving, stand-up-and-sing, God bless America hunting and fishing needs. Lines are open. Give us a call at 395-1450. We're back, ready to answer your questions right here on the Outdoor Show. Another thing, you can always find Tim at the store standing at attention and reciting the pledge to the American flag at like 8 a.m. So you got to come down there early to check it out.
Every morning.
You got a flag hanging up in there? I'm just curious if there's a flag hanging.
Yeah, there is.
Because then we just made Al get out of the chair and do the Pledge of Allegiance.
No, Al is in Traverse City for Easter.
Oh,
with his mother.
He's up visiting.
Yep,
I got
his
you.
mom.
I got you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm sure he's doing it there, though.
Awesome. Well, who's manning the store right now?
No, we open at 8.
Well, I thought you were going to start open at 6.
Well, we will be as soon as all ice is out and people start fishing. Which is
when the ice
any
is out.
day
I
now.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you. So
Yep.
that's
so
when
we'll be opening
early.
up early. Yep.
As soon as the big boats can get out on the water.
Yep. And stop in and take a look. We got all sorts of fishing equipment in this week. We've got all the big weenie paddles and meat rigs in. Those are selling like crazy already. So get in and get some. Blood Run. We've got all the copper and wire and fluorocarbon leads and everything for copper and all them goodies for Lake Michigan. I even have a new guy coming in, I think it's next weekend, and it's imposter spoons.
Okay.
It's an actual spoon for salmon fishing, but it's an imitation of a meat rig. So
really?
It does the same thing.
So it's an imposter
Yep,
of a meat rig.
rig. So supposedly it's just a happening thing.
People, do me a favor. Go down and see Tim. He's always so much more happy when he has people to talk to.
Right, and I'm there alone today.
When he's just left there all day by himself, he gets distracted. He goes wandering in the woods in the back. He walks down to the creek.
Yeah.
And then he gets this attitude, nobody wants to see me. And then I got to put up with him being grumpy.
Nobody wants to play. But if you, please do me a favor, if you come in and I am sleeping, don't just start screaming or, slapping things around. Just say, Tim, wake up.
Oh, you want it to be like your mama waking you up. Timmy, time for school, Timmy.
Time for school, Timmy. I just don't want to get the
by the
snot
way,
scared out of
we
me.
were going to pull out the whole sometimes co-host on the intro. Mm-hmm. But seeing how it's time for school, Timmy, you're not going to be here for a couple of weeks. We can't do that.
2 weeks, I'll be gone. I'll be gone.
Anyway, everybody's letting the suspense build. Mm-hmm. And I think I can almost tell that some people are going, when are they going to get to the women in the shooting sports with Shannon Chata?
That's
right
I say
now.
we do it now.
Shannon, how long have you been shooting?
Oh, probably about 15 years now.
And golly, it was probably almost that long ago where I used to stand on the line next to you. I'm just thinking about that.
Time
that was a
flies.
while ago.
I know.
And I would see your dad, at the different competitions and stuff. I haven't seen him for a long time.
No.
And bowling pin shoots were big then. There were other things, the action shoots up at Tulip City and stuff. Yeah. And we used to have a lot of fun going out and shooting and getting things done.
I still do.
Well, you got so much better than him, and now he's all whiny about, I'm not going to shoot anymore.
No. I meant you and I used to have a lot of fun socializing and stuff when we were out on the range and so on. And I don't shoot near as much as I used to. Granted, that's true. But, my brother-in-law was my shooting partner back then, and we would go shooting all the time. And, well, he got married, he's got kids, and all that stuff now. My kids are grown.
Well, then you should start shooting again.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a little bit, and we're looking at doing a few other things. Trying to get my kids to do competitions. Remember, they used to do the trap competitions and stuff. Trying to get them into some other competitions with rifles and shotguns and pistols.
Sounds like 3-gun.
Oh, it does. But 3-gun is not what's happening today, right?
No.
Today it's going to be Steel Plate Challenge?
Steel Challenge, correct.
Steel Challenge. And that's over at South Kent Sportsman's Club?
South Kent, yep. They have all kinds of different events. Pistols, rifles, shotguns, all kinds of different things going on all weekends. So.
Okay.
Can we talk about this Steel Plate Challenge? What is that? That sounds...
Sure. Basically, it is you're shooting at 5 plates, and you will shoot 4 of them, and one of them remains to be a stop plate, so it's the last one that you hit.
Okay.
And basically, you will do that sequence 5 times, and you'll keep the 4 lowest times for a total score. And you do about 6 to 8 different arrangements of those plates.
Okay.
Some of them are large square steel, some of them are small round plates.
Is it all pistol?
This one is all pistol, correct.
Nice.
Or you can do 22 carbines with it. You can do 10-22s.
No kidding. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
What distance are you shooting them at?
The varying distances. The 5 plates are set up anywhere, from 10 to maybe 15, 20 feet.
Okay.
It's
Excellent.
not
And it's all timed?
It's all timed.
Okay.
It's a speed thing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So you better sight in that gun and make sure it's ready for you.
Yeah,
right?
or you just wing it.
Well, if you kind of miss just a little bit, you could wing it.
Right. Hopefully you hit.
But you want to make sure that your gun's ready to go, that you're ready to go, and that gun that you're using fits properly in order to make your shots where you're pointing at. Because you're doing a lot of point shooting with this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And, a lot of people don't understand getting to a point where you can point shoot. Takes
a lot of practice.
Yeah, well,
a lot of practice.
And a lot of people don't realize gun fit is everything to do with point shooting.
Correct.
If the
yes.
gun fits incorrectly, when you point, it's not pointing where you're pointing.
Right.
So now, when you go down there to do this, are you going to embarrass some of the guys and have them go home?
No, probably not today.
You should.
Yeah, no, I'm actually shooting my single stack 45 today, so I won't be quite as fast as I normally am.
Now, when you shoot the single stack, the 45, is that in a different class? Like when we did bowling pins, we had the small bore or rimfire, small bore, and large bore classes, and then we had the carbine
Right.
class and so on.
Yeah, it's in a little bit of a different. It's just considered, your open, your, as they call it, iron sights versus my open sights that I use with my dots.
The open class is where you can use your red dots and
Correct.
stuff.
Yep.
And this would be the iron sights class, which you're using. You're seeing your sights. I don't know how to make that on the radio for
Right,
people to
right.
understand, but you see the sights when you point shoot. But you see your target when you bring your gun up. You see that front sight, rear sight in somewhat of an alignment, and it's in a good enough alignment that it'll do it. So it's like a flash sight picture when you bring it up, and you squeeze the trigger because you know you're going to hit it in that zone, that patterned area, so to speak, or that grouping area. And so shooting iron sights, you can be quite fast at it, right?
Yes.
And but even at that, red dots and stuff, sometimes people slow down because they're looking at the red dots, and that takes away from their time.
Correct, yes.
Or adds
Yep.
to it, I should say, for what they're doing. So it takes a little bit of practice, but I don't want to scare away people that are brand new to this.
Right. This is actually a great intro to shooting, because again, it's no movement. It's basically standing in place and shooting 5 plates. So it's
Can
a lot
anybody
like
do
the
this?
bowling pin thing,
It's a great intro to the shooting sports.
That's
It really
great.
is.
Because it's not overly challenging.
Correct.
And it's not threatening in any way. I mean, everybody there, so you have a bad run. Big deal.
Right. Well,
So-
and you get
so
to
you
throw
left-
one away, so it's
Right.
all good. You're like, okay, that's the one, will be thrown away. You're not,
Yeah,
stressing over, oh my gosh, I have to have all of them right.
It's
Can-
kind of like with bowling pin shoot. If you left 2 or 3 pins on the table, big deal. It was a
Right.
bad run.
Exactly. Yep.
Can anybody listening come and watch or come shoot today?
Oh, yes. Today, I believe registration is about 9:00. But yeah, anybody can come and watch and ask questions, and people are more than happy to show them what we're doing and head out and check it out.
Yeah, that'd be neat. That'd be neat to
Well,
see.
I was kind of
Great
thinking,
thing even for kids. I
Yeah.
mean, this is a great starter. Having a 10-22 and just shooting at plates.
Yeah.
It's a great starter for kids.
for people looking for where that is, it's 2536 140th Avenue indoor.
Yeah. Just because it's called South Kent, don't think that you're out by Grand Rapids.
Well, you're south of Kent.
Yep. You are.
2536 140th Avenue, down indoor. Now, the reason I brought up the steel challenge and so on is because you're a woman and you're shooting this sport, classification of sport. I don't know. I mean, steel challenge. That's our classification for it. It's a pistols game, and there are a lot of women that are getting into shooting pistols. They're not just going out and getting a pistol for personal defense.
Right.
They're going out and they want to practice. They want to hone skills. They want to enjoy having that pistol. Maybe it is a pistol for self-defense, but by doing these different things, they can really enhance their handling of their firearm, safety with the firearm, because safety is of the utmost, and they give you a whole rundown, right, when you're there.
Right.
Everybody's got to know what you're supposed to do, and then it improves their accuracy.
Correct.
And with women getting into the shooting sport so much, I'm just kind of curious, what things have you seen in the last decade with the rise of the numbers of women coming into the shooting sports?
Yeah, very interesting. I mean, I used to go to matches, and either I was the only one or maybe there was a couple there. And now I can go and there's, 10, 15, at a major match that we
Nice.
go to. And actually I just did one this last fall that was the very first all-ladies 3-gun competition down in Atlanta, Georgia. And the
Sweet.
interesting thing of that is that the registration had opened up, and within 8 days, that match was completely full. It had 200 women signed up within 8 days.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
And that was for 3-gun with the rifle,
3-gun.
shotgun, and a pistol.
Correct. Yep. It's a kind of new up and coming ish. I mean,
Well, that would've
it's out.
never-
It's a lot of fun, and people are really going to that type of shooting also.
That would have never happened 10 years ago.
No. Mm-mm.
They'd have been scrounging to get women to join in and do that, which I think is really awesome that women are embracing the shooting sports and getting into it. My wife would come along sometimes and do some shooting, but she wasn't ever really heavy into it. I mean, she wasn't.
Yeah.
Of course, on the other side, she didn't have to have her own gun because she had a good pick of guns.
Well, and I also think a lot of the firearm industry also has helped, and they've put out, a bunch of different types of, guns and equipment and holsters, and so a lot of things are being almost catered to women.
Yeah.
I mean, we can have, drop offset holsters, that fit a little bit better and that type of thing. So, the gear is also helping.
That's true. I didn't even think about how the gear is making a big difference because, the way I would carry the gun might be uncomfortable for you.
Correct.
Just different aspects of body size, body build, body mechanics, and then drawing.
Correct.
You get on the range and you got to draw, and it's just not working right. It just doesn't feel correct. Well, I know as a guy, I have a whole duffel bag full of stuff that I didn't like.
Right. Yep.
I thought I did, but I didn't. And so, having it set up for women to be able to choose things that are built for women.
Right.
That's huge in making it comfortable, making it a place to go. So how many women do you think will be there today at South Kent?
I don't know. I believe there's going to be at least 4 on my squad, so
Okay. And
maybe
I'm-
we'll out
yeah.
shoot guys, so.
I'm just wondering, if it was 10 years ago at Steel Challenge, there wouldn't have been a woman on the range.
Yeah, very few.
And today, I'm just thinking, you think there'll be a couple of squads that are all women?
I don't think we're quite up to all squads, but yeah, I mean, a whole one. Once in a while we will, at some of these competitions, we'll all get together and do an all-women's squad.
Oh, there you go. And you can sign up for different runs and stuff, right?
Yep.
Awesome. I get excited when it comes to the shooting sports, so I gotta
Me too.
keep track because I got that sign. We got to go to a break. The Outdoor Show is brought to you by Advantage Marine in Zeeland, with competitive prices and personalized service to meet all your needs: repair, storage, winterizing, parts, and more. I can tell you got to get a hold of Dave right away if you need something done with the boat, you need something maintained, because this is the busy season, so you got to get the schedule set up. So you can call Advantage Marine and talk to Dave at 616-748-9235, or you can stop in and see him at 8755 Riley Street in Zeeland. But if he's busy and he's running around and he's testing boats, it's hard to catch him. So you're better off making that phone call, 616-748-9235, or again, stop in and see him at 8755 Riley Street in Zeeland. Lines are open. Give us a call, 395-1450. We'll be back here shortly on The Outdoor Show. Welcome back to the Outdoor Show, brought to you by MOA Gunsmithing, exclusive dealer for Leatherwood, Hilux optics, and 300 below cryogenics freezing, as well as firearms repairs, specializing in Mauser rifle custom work and restoration. MOA Gunsmithing is your accuracy headquarters for target and varmint shooting. Visit KnowYourZero.com for rifle builds, accuracy tests, and product reviews. You can also call 616-502-3374. MOA Gunsmithing, right on, dead on, all the time. I know how you like that, Tim.
Yep.
Right on, dead on, all the time.
Yep.
Well, I was just talking to Shannon during the break about broken guns.
Wow.
And guns do break. Guns do need maintenance beyond what we can provide on a regular basis. I mean, you can do all the maintenance you want on your car, but eventually you're going to have to go to the shop, right?
Yep.
So the same thing with guns. And I was just thinking, JT does the custom guns, the race guns, works for a lot of competitive shooters.
Right.
Well, the populace is not a competitive shooter.
No.
But the populace wants a gun that works right, a gun that works all the time. They want one that's right on, dead on, all the time. Anyway, they get a hold of Bob, MOA Gunsmithing, 502-3374, and have him tell you when he can get it done, when he can put it on the schedule, what has to happen, get the quotes. Bob is absolutely awesome in my mind, in Tim's mind.
He's got one of ours right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's finally picked that shotgun up.
You mean he picked it up finally because you didn't deliver it? No.
That's exactly right.
Anyhow, back to the shooting sports over there at South Kent Sportsman's Club. Today is the steel plate challenge, and South Kent Sportsman's Club is 2536 140th Avenue. Today would be an excellent day with the sun shining and everything else to go down and observe if you don't want to jump into something that you don't know what you're going to be doing.
Could you sign up for a membership there today as well, too?
I believe so.
Okay.
If not, definitely check the website, because I know there's a certain time.
Is that the best way to get signed up there is the website?
The board
I'm going to
has
say I
to
don't
be
know
there.
that. I think you can sign up, but you don't get your range card to get into the range, because they have the swipe card. You don't get that, I think, until they have set times for you to come in and go through all the safety rules and stuff.
Oh,
so I don't
yeah.
think you can do it
But
on
you can sign up.
challenge day.
Yeah, I believe that. I bet you're right.
When there's an activity like that. But sometimes you can. There was less people there, but many years ago when I got my membership there originally, I walked in and, hey, sit down here. Let's take care of it right now. And we went through everything, and it was pretty neat. So,
Perfect.
But South Kent has awesome ranges, excellent ranges.
They're the longest distance rifle ranges I know of around, too.
500 yards on the big rifle range. But now, where the steel plate challenge is happening, we used to go down the drive. I'm visualizing here, folks. We would go down the drive, going to the south. So on the left or on the east side, there were pistol bays until you would get down to the 200 yard. Now they've added on the west side. Is that correct, Shannon?
Correct.
And how many? There's like 8 of them they added, pistol bays.
On the west side, they've added some pistol bays. On the east side is where the competition bays have been added.
They added more bays on the east side too?
Behind the original bays they had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those are because those are only closed for the competitions. Those
yes,
will be
they closed.
Up.
So they closed down the 200, right? And then you shoot to the north?
No, these are behind the original pistol bays that were there.
Okay, so how do you access them?
There's a separate drive before the pistol bays, right after
Really?
the clubhouse area.
Okay, I got to go see that, because when did they finish that part?
It's been a few years.
I don't remember them doing that. Of course, it's kind of hidden
Well,
if you're
yeah,
not
it's not necessarily open to the general public.
for the competition base.
Correct.
Because the beauty of always going down there, you always had a pistol bay you could use.
Right, and that's kind of I think why they put in the other ones, is so that the normal pistol bays would all be open for everybody to use, as opposed to shutting them down when they wanted to run different competitions.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
they can be running things in the background while public can come and shoot.
And that was to accommodate our 1,500% rise in women in the shooting sports.
Hey, yeah, that's it.
So, how about some things that women can do to get involved in the shooting sports? Because I know there are several women out there. I get a lot of calls. Hey, I kind of was thinking about getting into some shooting. Mm-hmm. And they've never shot before. They never did anything before. I know there's one group that you work with.
Yeah,
they even had you on TV for that.
Oh, I know. I'm actually involved in a group that started up a couple years ago. It's called the Well-Armed Women, and we meet on the second Monday at Chickawa, and basically it is a group. We have a meeting for about an hour, and we'll talk, any type of different topics, whether, it's gun related, sometimes it's, self-defense or self-awareness or, different items we talk about. And then we'll actually head out to the range and practice.
Have some time shooting. And the activities are kind of, it's not just helter-skelter. The activities are planned.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
And I know there's been a lot of women that get together and enjoy this because it's women in the shooting sports.
Right. So, if you're a little hesitant about, asking questions because you think, well, this is a silly question and, the guys are going to think I'm, they're just going to laugh at me. It's a very nice environment that, you can kind of talk with other women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not as intimidating all the time,
Let me help you out on that one. A lot of times when a woman asks a question about shooting sports and guys chuckle, it's because they don't know the answer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We ask why too many times, right?
Well, no, I really enjoy questions because somebody will bring up a question that you didn't think of it in that perspective. And that's the key to helping new shooters get into the shooting sports is that we learn things and we forget those things because they just happen, right? I mean, think about all the things we just do as we go through.
Right.
So if people want to get a hold of, can they get a hold of you if they want to ask questions, Shannon?
Sure. You can. I'm easy to find. I'm usually at Tulip City Rod and Gun Club in Holland. I RO there Tuesday nights. I'm also listed on their website, so if you wanted to find me, it's Shannon at trcg.org.
TCRGC.
Something like that, yeah.
TCRGC. It's Tulip City Rod Gun Club. .org. And if it's Shannon, it's SHANNAN, right?
Correct.
Shannon at TCRGC.org. And ask some questions about getting into those shooting sports. We'll talk to you next week right here on The Outdoor Show.
Thank you.